Imagine a world where human clones exist, not in science fiction movies, but in reality, hidden from view, perhaps living among us. Could this be true? The possibility of secret human cloning has fascinated and frightened people for decades. But is there any truth to these claims? In this exploration, we delve into the world of human cloning. We will examine the science behind it, the ethical debates surrounding it, and the evidence or lack thereof that it's happening secretly. Join me as we separate fact from fiction and grapple with the implications of this potentially world-changing technology. Are we on the cusp of a clandestine era of human replication? Or are these fears unfounded, fueled by our fascination with the unknown? Let's dive in and explore. Cloning, once a concept confined to science fiction, has become a reality. It all began in 1996 with Dolly the sheep, the first mammal cloned from an adult cell. This breakthrough sent shockwaves through the scientific community and ignited the public's imagination. Cloning involves creating a genetically identical copy of an organism. It's not as simple as photocopying. Scientists take DNA from a donor cell and insert it into an egg cell that has had its own DNA removed. This egg, now containing the donor's genetic material, is stimulated to develop into an embryo. The embryo is then implanted into a surrogate mother, where it grows and develops like a naturally conceived offspring. The resulting clone is a genetic replica of the donor animal. While cloning technology has advanced since Dolly, it remains a complex and inefficient process. The success rate is low, and clones often suffer from health problems. This begs the question, if cloning animals is so challenging, is human cloning even feasible? The prospect of human cloning raises a myriad of ethical concerns. Opponents argue that it is morally wrong to create human life solely for the purpose of replication. They fear it could lead to a devaluation of human life and the exploitation of clones. There are also concerns about consent. If someone were cloned without their knowledge or consent, it would be a profound violation of their autonomy. The potential for psychological harm to both the clone and the donor is another major ethical consideration. Furthermore, critics argue that human cloning could exacerbate existing social inequalities. Imagine a world where the wealthy could essentially buy immortality by cloning themselves or their loved ones. This scenario raises troubling questions about access, equity, and the very fabric of our society. Rumors of secret human cloning labs have persisted for years. Some believe that governments or wealthy individuals are funding these clandestine operations, driven by a desire for immortality, organ harvesting, or other nefarious purposes. However, there is no credible evidence to support these claims. While it's impossible to definitively prove that human cloning is not happening in secret, the lack of concrete proof suggests that it's highly unlikely. Cloning is a complex and resource-intensive process. It requires specialized equipment, expertise, and a significant financial investment. Moreover, the ethical and legal ramifications of human cloning are enormous. It's difficult to imagine any reputable scientist or institution risking their reputation and freedom to engage in such activities. Section 5. The potential impact of human cloning. The idea of human cloning sparks both fear and fascination. It conjures images of a dystopian future where individuality is eroded and human life is cheapened. But it also holds the potential for medical breakthroughs and societal advancements. Imagine a world where we could clone organs for transplantation, eliminating the waitlist for life-saving surgeries. Or a world where genetic diseases could be eradicated. These potential benefits cannot be ignored. However, these potential benefits come with significant risks. The possibility of unintended consequences, both ethical and scientific, is very real. It's crucial to proceed with caution and engage in thoughtful, informed dialogue about the potential impact of this technology. Section 6. The future of cloning. A world of possibilities? The future of human cloning remains uncertain. Will we continue to prioritize ethical concerns and legal restrictions? Or will the allure of scientific advancement and potential profits outweigh these considerations? Technological advancements could make cloning more efficient and affordable, potentially leading to its wider use. As our understanding of genetics and cell biology deepens, the possibilities and challenges presented by human cloning will only become more complex. It is our responsibility as a society to determine the future of this technology. We must engage in open and honest conversations about the ethical, social, and scientific implications of human cloning to ensure that it is used responsibly, if at all. Section 7. The regulatory landscape, keeping cloning in check. In many countries, human cloning is either strictly regulated or outright banned. International organizations, such as the United Nations, have also called for a global ban on reproductive cloning. These regulations are in place to prevent the exploitation of this technology and to protect the dignity and rights of all individuals. However, the lack of a universal ban leaves the door open for potential abuse and underscores the need for greater international cooperation. Despite these regulations, the potential for black market cloning exists. As long as there is demand for this technology, there will be those willing to exploit it for personal gain, regardless of the ethical or legal consequences. Section 8. The moral implications of playing God. The debate surrounding human cloning often centers around the idea of playing God. Critics argue that humans have no right to tamper with the fundamental building blocks of life and that doing so is an act of hubris. They believe that life is sacred and should not be created or destroyed for frivolous reasons. The idea of cloning raises profound questions about the nature of life, our role in the universe, and the limits of human intervention. Proponents of human cloning argue that we already play God in countless ways, from developing life-saving medications to genetically modifying crops. They believe that human ingenuity and scientific progress should not be stifled by fear or dogma. Section 9. Public perception versus scientific reality. Public perception of human cloning is often shaped by science fiction and sensationalized media reports. Movies and books often depict clones as evil twins or soulless automatons, fueling fear and mistrust of this technology. This disconnect between public perception and scientific reality can hinder informed decision-making. It's crucial to educate ourselves about the science behind cloning, the ethical considerations, and the potential benefits and risks. By fostering a greater understanding of this complex issue, we can move beyond fear and hype and engage in meaningful conversations about the role of cloning in our future. Section 10. Conclusion. Separating fact from fiction. The possibility of secret human cloning is a topic that continues to capture our imagination. While the idea is intriguing, there is no credible evidence to suggest that it's happening on any significant scale. The ethical, legal, and scientific hurdles associated with human cloning are immense. While the potential benefits of this technology are undeniable, they must be carefully weighed against the risks. As we stand at the crossroads of scientific advancement and ethical responsibility, it's crucial to engage in open and informed dialogue about the future of human cloning. What do you think? Should we pursue this technology, or are the risks too great? Share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more explorations into the mysteries of our universe.